Let's move on to this conversation. After years of delays and crumbling infrastructure, the Gauteng government is finally taking action. The new turnaround strategy has been unveiled to speed up the long overdue delivery of schools, clinics, as well as other vital public facilities. But can it deliver where past plans have failed? Let's bring in MEC for Infrastructure Development and Cooperative Governance, as well as Traditional Affairs, Jacob Mamabolo. MEC, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciated. One might say we've had many plans before, and that this is just another one of those. How do we ensure that it isn't?
Let me thank you for the opportunity, great all the viewers, and appreciate the moment. I think the fact that, there could have been attempts in the past to change and turn around infrastructure delivery in Gauteng province, it's only, give us a rare opportunity to build on those experiences and lessons learned. And that's why we are very positive that the turnaround of infrastructure delivery in the Department of Infrastructure Development that we unveiled yesterday, based on leveraging smart technologies in a platform, digital platform that we call Infrastructure Delivery Platform, IDEP, that is going to really help us to achieve especially the most important goal of making sure that infrastructure perform to grow the economy, to create jobs, to transform the space in the province, to empower the people, to make sure that every single rand, every money voted by members of the provincial legislature to help with the delivery of infrastructure goes exactly to that. So in that way, we are confident that with technology, with data, with information, we should be able to turn around the delivery of infrastructure and improve the quality of lives of the people.
MEC, is this mainly a monitoring tool, i.e., and I'm just trying to get a simple way to, of course, understand it myself and share it out to everybody watching as well. Is this a tool to monitor which projects have been completed, which projects aren't, how best to actually tackle next projects, and of course the viability financially of some projects as well? Am I correct in saying that, or can you explain it a little bit further?
You are absolutely correct. Let me add to what you're saying. This is a digital platform to monitor, to conduct oversight, to support decision-making based on real data, real information, so that we can be able to manage the completion risk of our projects. And by completion risk, we mean those aspects in the infrastructure delivery process that leads to cost overruns. We need to see that our projects, either the money is there's going to be cost overruns, there's going to be under expenditure, end up returning money to the fiscus, or we're going to spend this money properly. So financial performance requires data and information precisely to do what you said, which is oversight, which is monitoring, make appropriate decisions. So the issues of completion, again, are about the time it takes. In our province, it takes a very long time to deliver infrastructure. It's a national problem. It's an international problem. But to troubleshoot, to intervene, to manage the time aspects of infrastructure delivery, you need data, you need information, so that you don't manage infrastructure by instinct, by gut feel, by poor data, and of course, poor quality of decisions. The other issue is quality of infrastructure. So these issues, compliance with municipal bylaws, with town planning, making sure that we can get water use license, we can get electricity approvals, we can deal with issues of fire certificates, occupation certificates. So infrastructure generates massive data. We are running 278 projects for health, for education, for different departments. We need to see each one of them. We need to see how money has been spent. So this is a technology which I can in short call the Project Information Management System, to help us with proper interventions and decision making.
Yeah. How much time and money do you think could be saved through this project readiness matrix ecosystem that you've now created, this monitoring tool for these infrastructure projects?
Yes, and thank you for that. So the project readiness matrix tool, and before I come to that, it's really to say at every stage, planning, design, construction, closing out the project. At all those phases in the value chain, we need to make sure that there are efficiencies and we make positive impact, cut turnaround times, and ensure speed and quality. So that is what the issue is. And with respect to how much money we can save, at this point, we have not done the financial modeling of precisely how much we can save. But remember here, the issue that we're dealing with is we must not have high costs that we have not budgeted for, neither should we have under expenditure which is returning money to treasury. So once and this is what is important about it, which will exactly help us to deal with the issue raising, is now for the first time we can be able to say to all our contractors, to our consulting engineering firms, month by month up to 2026 end of March, tell us how you are going to spend and claim and invoice the departments so that we can be able to do a proper projection of exactly out of the budget we have, how much are we going to spend, how much will we save, and how much will we be able to make sure that we can give people value for money. In other words, this is the money we had, this is what we bought with the money, how many schools, how many libraries, how many clinics. We have reduced costs, we have reduced time, but we have still delivered state of the art. So that is the art and science of month planning, month to month, not wait for the whole year, 2 years, 3 years. We need every month to see this contractor called XYZ engineering firm, they will invoice us 2 million. We have it or we don't have it. We need to talk to Treasury. We need to talk to our department. So every month we must manage the details, the nuts and bolts, the intricacies, the complexities of managing infrastructure. Otherwise, when the president of the country say, infrastructure is the flywheel of the economy. It is a decisive factor in the economy. And then we are retaining money. The little that we have, we're not spending it well. We will not grow the economy of Gauteng. We will not be able to grow the economy of this country. Infrastructure is important, and infrastructure in Gauteng, in our municipalities, in the metros. We need to make sure that we deliver infrastructure to create jobs, to grow the economy. That is what IDEP is helping us to do.
MEC, one might have to excuse my nervousness, considering that we're in the middle of an IDT saga in which around 800 million rand was the tender on that situation, and that itself is part of some sense of corruption. Is there massive, or is there enough consequence management that has been placed into this process as well? Because if not fulfilled, we need to be able to understand that certain people will be taken off, or there'll be consequences and repercussions if things aren't fulfilled correctly. Is that part of this entire plan?
So whilst I cannot comment on those matters, the minister is dealing with them, they belong to that level, and let me stay in my lane. The issue here is, you have already very correctly said to the viewers, we're talking about an ecosystem. Technology on its own, by itself, will not give us the results that we need. So in the ecosystem, we have got other interventions. One of them you will see in our document, because we have produced a very comprehensive document. We are talking about the governance lab. The governance laboratory that we have created for infrastructure means consequence management, because the technology must be able to tell us, are we paying the right service providers? What are we paying for? There's another leg in the ecosystem, portfolio of evidence that has been correctly stored on IDEP. We can be able to compare for every cent we pay, what did we pay for? Who did we pay for? Do we have chances in the system? So cleaning corruption. Remember, corruption thrives in an environment where there's no openness, there's no transparency. We can't see what's happening. We can't see how each and every single rent is spent. So if you create an environment of oversight, of data, of information, crooks and criminals and corrupt elements will be exposed and will be able to hold them accountable. Data is there. We don't need long investigations. We don't need, people actually being able to dodge the disciplinary processes because the data, the integrity of information is not up to scratch. So we are dealing with corruption, ethical questions proactively, whilst of course reactive consequence management is also good, but we need to prevent, we need to stop the leakages in the system and make sure that no corruption take place. And that's the art and science of openness, transparency, digital platform data, decisive interventions based on correct information.
MEC, has this been implemented already? Are we saying that there's a start date, or is this the start date officially?
In November 2024, we launched the pilot. And for about, since November last year, we were working with our partners, eGov, led by the MEC Kamini. We were working with CSIR. So we tested and piloted everything in the ecosystem. In the budget speech 2 weeks back, I said we are formally launching it, and yesterday we launched it to the public. So all the elements in the ecosystem are in place. We are now delivering it. We have introduced the new HOD. The HOD will lead the turnaround. We introduced it yesterday. So everything is in place. We are now implementing. We are no longer conceptualizing, talk and talk. All is in place, we are now delivering.
I can tell you right now, that'll be of relief to many people to no longer hear talk, but now action being in place then, particularly as we talk about infrastructure development around Gauteng, which many times has been said needs to be a construction site all over again then. Thank you so much for